And joining us here on Newsmax Now is Ashe Schow. She is the commentary writer for the Washington Examiner. So nice of you to join us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So Ashe, in your new column, you talk about colleges looking to retired judges to help with the accusations of campus sexual assault. Let's go to your quote. Under pressure from the Obama administration, you write, schools in recent years have been adjudicating accusations of sexual assault. The results have been a disaster. Why do you say the results have been a disaster? How so?
Well, prior to 2011 and even beyond that, the past few years before that, colleges had a perverse incentive to bury reports of sexual assault, in which case accusers weren't getting justice and accused students were hanging around campus. And now, thanks to a 2011 Dear Colleague letter issued by the Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights, the incentives have flipped, where now colleges have a perverse incentive to throw kids who get accused off of campus, to expel them, to suspend them, to permanently brand them a rapist to life, based on the just thinnest of evidentiary standards, the preponderance of evidence. So, yeah, it has completely been a disaster, whether it was when it was very much stacked against accusers, or now when it's very much stacked against the accused.
Yeah, you specifically say the hearings are still held under college rules, not state rules for courts, and you welcome any attempt to make the hearings and investigations more fair. How can we do that?
Well, it would be to allow some actual due process, not just lip service to due process, but actually allowing students, accused and accusers, to have lawyers representing them, to have an independent board adjudicating, which means that it's not somebody from the college, not even somebody employed by the college. Because that's really the only way. The way we have it now, we have these boards that are professors of philosophy or fisheries, or the school coach or something, who's adjudicating these campuses, and they have no legal training, no idea. They're just going by, basically at this point, the cultural pressure, which is to find students guilty.
Ashe, some new federal regulations on campus have gone into effect. They'll go into effect actually for the 2015 school year. Do you think those regulations will make any difference?
No, I think the problem's still got to get much worse before it gets better, and that's really unfortunate. We now have more than 70 students who have been expelled or suspended in some capacity who are now suing their university because they were given no due process, and yet now their futures have been severely hampered.
So Ashe, do you think things need to be separate then? That it shouldn't be run under the college or university?
Absolutely. We need more police involvement, more legal profession involvement in these cases, because otherwise nobody is satisfied. The process is not fair, and you've got students on both sides who are not getting the justice that they need.
Do you think there's a chance that those changes will take effect?
I'm hopeful. But as it looks now, the way that the culture is going, the way that the narrative has shifted, I don't think it'll happen anytime soon.
And when you talk to students on campus, what do they tell you?
That these aren't fair. I hear from accusers saying that that they didn't get any due process if they accuse another student. I just talked to a young woman who accused another woman, not of sexual assault, but just of assaulting her. And because she accused a woman, there really wasn't any kind of backlash against the student. If she had accused a man of assaulting her, then he would have been expelled in a heartbeat. And I talked to accused students who weren't allowed to present any evidence. They weren't allowed to present Facebook messages, text messages between themselves and the accuser.
Ashe Schow, we're going to have to leave it there.
That there was consent.
Sorry, we're running out of time. Good to have you. Hope to have you back.